Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into a really cool topic today, parkour for Cane Corsos.
Oh yeah, those Cane Corsos. You know those majestic Italian Mastiffs.
Yeah, with a heart of gold, Ray.
That's right, hearts of gold.
So we've got a whole stack of articles and training guides, and we're going to uncover how this urban obstacle course can benefit these powerful dogs.
In some pretty surprising ways.
Yeah, both physically and mentally.
Yeah, and what's fascinating is we're not just talking about physical agility,
Right.
though Cane Corsos definitely have that in spades.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're going to explore how parkour really taps into their intelligence and their problem-solving skills and turns everyday environments into engaging challenges.
Okay, I could already see some of our listeners picturing a Cane Corso, like, leaping across rooftops, which sounds pretty intense.
Right. That's human parkour.
Yeah.
Dog parkour, or as it's playfully called barkour. It's adapted for our canine companions.
I love that parkour.
Yeah, so instead of skyscrapers, think park benches, low walls, even fallen logs in the park. It's about creatively using their surroundings.
Quit using what's already there.
Exactly.
So imagine you're at the park with your Cane Corso, and instead of just walking by a bench, they could learn to safely hop onto it, balance for a moment, and hop off.
That's parkour in action.
That's parkour.
Yeah, and for a breed like the Cane Corso, which is naturally athletic and loves to work alongside their owner, this is more than just exercise. It's a way to engage their minds and strengthen your bond.
Now, we've often heard that parkour builds confidence in dogs, but how?
Well, picture your Cane Corso approaching a low wall, maybe hesitant at first.
Right.
With your encouragement and guidance, they figure out how to place their paws and hop over.
Okay.
That moment of triumph that I did it feeling, that's what builds their confidence. Each success reinforces their belief in themselves.
They unlock a new level of, I can do anything with every obstacle they conquer.
Precisely. And beyond confidence, parkour also helps Cane Corsos develop a better understanding of their own size and strength, which is crucial for such a powerful breed.
Okay, so I'm starting to see how this goes beyond just physical feats.
Yeah.
You're talking about building trust communication, almost like a secret language between you and your dog?
Absolutely. You learn to anticipate each other's moves, provide support during challenges, and celebrate victories together.
Yeah.
That shared experience strengthens your bond in a unique way, making your relationship even more fulfilling.
Now, I know our listeners are probably itching to try this with their Cane Corsos,
Yeah.
but where do we even begin? What are the first steps to getting started with parkour?
The foundation, like with any training, lies in rock-solid basic obedience.
Okay.
Sit, stay, come, leave it. These commands are non-negotiable.
Those are like the building blocks, right?
Exactly.
You wouldn't try to build a house without a strong foundation.
Right.
And you definitely wouldn't attempt parkour without those commands mastered.
Exactly. Once those are in place, you can start introducing simple obstacles, nothing too intense right off the bat. Think low platform steps, maybe even a sturdy log in the park.
So baby steps here.
Precisely.
Get them comfortable with the concept of navigating different surfaces.
The goal is to build their confidence and body awareness gradually.
Okay.
As they progress, you can start incorporating specific parkour skills like paws up, where they learn to place their front paws on an object.
I can see how paws up would be crucial for, say, getting onto that park bench we talked about earlier.
Right. Another essential skill is go around, where they learn to circle an object. This helps them maneuver around obstacles safely and efficiently.
This is all sounding amazing. I can picture a Cane Corso confidently navigating an obstacle course, tail wagging the whole time.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there are also unique challenges that come with training a Cane Corso, specifically for parkour.
You're right. While Cane Corsos are incredibly well suited for parkour, their size and weight do present certain considerations.
That makes sense. You wouldn't want them attempting something that could put them at risk because of their size? So let's talk about those challenges. All right, so we've established that Cane Corsos are natural athletes, but their size and weight do come with some specific challenges in parkour. Let's dive into those.
Absolutely. The first challenge is simply finding obstacles that are appropriate for their stature.
Yeah,
You wouldn't want them trying to squeeze through a narrow space designed for smaller dogs, right?
definitely not.
Yeah.
So it's more about wide, sturdy platforms,
Yeah.
obstacles that can really handle their weight.
Yeah, and it's not just about finding big enough obstacles.
Right.
It's also about being mindful of the impact on their joints. Cane Corsos are heavy dogs.
Right.
So repetitive jumping, especially from heights, can put a lot of stress on those joints.
So how do we protect those powerful legs while still enjoying the benefits of parkour?
One strategy is to focus on building strong supporting muscles.
Okay.
Think of it like this: strong muscles act like shock absorbers,
Okay.
helping to protect those joints. Activities like slow, controlled hill climbs or swimming are great, low-impact ways to build that muscle strength.
So instead of always going for height in parkour,
Right.
we can focus on distance,
Yeah.
different types of movement,
Exactly.
exercises that build strength without excessive jumping.
Precisely. Think about incorporating activities like crawling, weaving through obstacles, or balancing on lower platforms.
Okay.
These exercises build strength and coordination without putting undue stress on their joints.
Okay. I'm definitely adding hill climbs and weaving to my Cane Corso's parkour repertoire.
Great.
Now, let's not forget about another challenge that's specific to Cane Corsos, those short muzzles and the risk of overheating.
Right. Brachycephalic breeds like King Corsos can overheat more easily than other dogs.
Right.
Because their short snouts make it harder for them to pant effectively,
Mm-hmm.
which is how dogs regulate their body temperature.
So timing is key here.
Yeah.
Early mornings or evenings when it's cooler would be the ideal time for parkour sessions, right?
Absolutely. And always have plenty of fresh, cool water available.
Right.
Dehydration can sneak up on them quickly, especially when they're exerting themselves.
Hydration is crucial. Now, we've talked about physical challenges, but what about those mental hurdles?
Yeah.
You mentioned that some Cane Corsos might be hesitant about new or unstable surfaces.
Yes, that's right. Cane Corsos are known for their intelligence and loyalty, but they can also be cautious and reserved, especially in new situations.
So how do we encourage them to step outside their comfort zone in a safe and positive way?
Patience and positive reinforcement are your best friends here.
Okay.
Imagine your Cane Corso facing a slightly wobbly bridge for the first time.
Okay.
Instead of forcing them, try luring them across with a favorite toy or a tasty treat.
So make it fun and rewarding.
Exactly.
Build their confidence one step at a time.
You want them to associate parkour with positive experiences.
Right.
Celebrate their successes no matter how small. And they'll be more likely to embrace new challenges.
It's like that saying, small steps lead to big leaps.
Right.
Right? Now let's talk about something that might be a hurdle for both the dog and the owner, public perception.
You're right. Not everyone understands dog parkour, and some people might even be wary of a large dog navigating urban obstacles.
I can imagine some raised eyebrows if they see a Cane Corso hopping onto a bench
Exactly.
or weaving through a crowd.
That's why it's so important to be a responsible ambassador for the sport.
So what does that look like in practice?
It starts with having impeccable control over your dog.
Okay.
Make sure they have a rock-solid recall and that they respond instantly to your commands, even in distracting environments.
That's key
Absolutely.
for everyone's safety and comfort.
And be prepared to explain what you're doing.
Okay.
You might encounter people who are curious or even concerned.
Yeah.
Take the opportunity to educate them about parkour, emphasizing its benefits for both the dog and the handler.
You know, I've actually had people come up to me at the park and ask what I'm doing with my dog when we're practicing some basic parkour moves.
Oh, yeah.
Once I explain the concept and how it's all about building confidence and working together, they usually get really interested.
That's a great example of how responsible ownership can change perceptions.
Right.
And even spark positive conversations about dog training and enrichment.
It's amazing how something as simple as hopping over a bench can become a gateway to deeper conversations about our relationship with our dogs.
Exactly. It's all about showing people that parkour isn't about reckless behavior
Right.
or pushing your dog to their limits. It's about working together, building a bond, and having fun in a safe and controlled environment.
Speaking of safe environments, let's shift gears and talk about one of the most crucial aspects of parkour safety.
Okay.
We've covered some of the breed-specific challenges, but what are some general safety tips that apply to all dogs, regardless of breed? So we've talked about all the amazing benefits of parkour for Cane Corsos, and we've explored some of the unique challenges that come with their size and temperament. But now let's dive into the most crucial element of all safety.
You're absolutely right. Safety should always be the top priority, no matter what activity you're doing with your dog. And with parkour, where you're navigating obstacles and potentially asking your dog to jump or climb, that emphasis on safety becomes even more important.
So let's break it down. What are some of the key things we need to keep in mind to ensure a safe and enjoyable parkour experience for both the dog and the handler?
Well, one of the most important things is to start slowly and gradually increase the difficulty of the obstacles. Just like we wouldn't expect a human athlete to go from couch potato to marathon runner overnight, we can't expect our dogs to master complex parkour moves without proper preparation and conditioning.
So it's all about building up their strength, skills, and confidence gradually one step at a time.
Exactly. And that means being very observant of your dog's body language. Are they eager and excited to approach the obstacle, or are they hesitant, showing signs of stress or fear?
Yeah, sometimes the dog might be excited to jump up on something, but then freeze up when they have to jump back down.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's important to remember that what goes up must come down, so we need to make sure our dogs are comfortable with both the ascent and the descent of any obstacle.
Now, another crucial aspect of safety is ensuring that the obstacles themselves are stable and secure. We're talking about checking for loose boards, wobbly platforms, or anything that could potentially collapse under a dog's weight.
Absolutely. Think of it like this. You wouldn't want to climb a ladder that's missing a rung, right? We need to be just as diligent about inspecting the obstacles we're asking our dogs to navigate.
And it's not just about the obstacles themselves, it's also about being mindful of the environment. Are there any hazards like broken glass, sharp objects, or uneven surfaces that could pose a risk to your dog?
Right. We need to do a quick scan of the surroundings before we let our dogs loose, just like we would if we were letting a child play in a new area.
Now, you mentioned earlier the importance of having impeccable control of your dog, especially in public spaces. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Absolutely. When you're doing parkour with your dog, you're often navigating environments that are shared with other people and dogs. So it's crucial to have a rock-solid recall, meaning your dog comes back to you immediately when called, no matter the distractions.
Right, having that reliable recall is essential for everyone's safety and comfort. It also helps to prevent any misunderstandings or negative encounters with people who might not be familiar with dog parkour.
Exactly. It's all about being a responsible dog owner and demonstrating that parkour, when done safely and respectfully, can be a wonderful activity for both dogs and their handlers.
Now let's shift gears and talk about a safety aspect that's often overlooked,
Mm.
the handler's safety.
You're right. We tend to get so focused on our dogs that we sometimes forget to prioritize our own well-being.
It's easy to do, especially when you're excited about watching your dog navigate a challenging obstacle.
Yeah.
But we need to be just as mindful of our own physical limitations and safety precautions.
Exactly. For example, if you're asking your dog to jump over an obstacle, make sure you can comfortably clear that same obstacle yourself. You don't want to trip or injure yourself in the process.
And remember, parkour can be physically demanding for both the dog and the handler. So it's important to stay hydrated, wear appropriate footwear, and maybe even do some warm-up stretches before each session.
Those are all great points. It's also a good idea to have a basic understanding of canine first aid. Just in case your dog does have a minor mishap like a scraped paw or twisted ankle.
Having a well-stocked first aid kit on hand is always a good idea, whether you're doing parkour or just going for a walk in the park.
Absolutely. And if you're ever unsure about something, or if your dog seems hesitant or uncomfortable with an obstacle, don't hesitate to seek professional guidance.
There are certified dog parkour instructors who can assess your dog's abilities, create a personalized training plan, and help you navigate any challenges you might encounter.
And they can also offer valuable tips on safety techniques, obstacle construction, and how to create a fun and engaging parkour experience for your dog.
So to wrap up this deep dive into parkour for Cane Corsos, it's clear that this activity offers a wealth of benefits for both the dog and the owner. It's a fantastic way to build confidence, strengthen your bond, and provide your Cane Corso with the physical and mental stimulation they crave.
But as we've emphasized throughout this episode, safety should always be the top priority. Start slowly, gradually increase the difficulty, and always be mindful of your dog's limits and comfort level.
And remember, parkour is all about having fun together, so keep it positive, rewarding, and focus on building that incredible connection with your amazing Cane Corso.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Cane Corso parkour. We hope you found it informative and inspiring, and we'll see you next time for another exciting exploration into the fascinating world of dogs.